What is up, you guys? It's Kavar here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I do these distressed butterfly locks on myself. If you're interested, just keep on watching. So to get started, my hair is already pre-parted. I have a total of 25 parts in my hair currently, and I'm going to be using the Expressions 18-inch locks, and these ones are the butterfly locks made specifically for this style. And I have two different kinds in here. I have one that is a little bit thicker and it's brown, and I have one that's a bit thinner, but they both have the same distressed look on them, which is what we're gonna need. The only tool that you'll be needing today is a crochet needle. So to get started, we're going to be spreading apart the loop that is on the lock, and we're going to be taking our crochet needle and feeding it through the area where we did our parting, and just feeding it right through. Once fed through, we're going to be tying the dreadlock through the loop and tightening it at the bottom. Once your loop is tight and secure, you're going to be going in with your crochet needle, and this step is completely optional. You can always just leave the hair that you twisted on the side or braided, and you could just wrap it later, or you could just take your crochet needle like I'm doing and feed the hair through. I like to do this just because it just gives me better concealment, and the whole purpose of this entire protective style is just to conceal your natural hair within the lock. So I like to conceal it as best as possible before I go in with wrapping. After doing a few of the locks, this is what it's looking like. As you can see, my hair looks pretty concealed in the beginning, and I like how that looks. Now once all of my locks are completely installed and crocheted in, this is what it's looking like, and I'm just going to be cutting them now to the length that I want. And for this style I prefer shoulder length, so I'm just going to cut everything accordingly. Now once all my locks are cut to the length that I like, I'm going to be taking this nail glue just to bind the bottom of the dreadlocks to ensure they don't unravel. You actually do not need to do this because I found that my locks over time just held up pretty fine. But if you do choose to bind your locks with nail glue, just keep in mind that the way the glue reacts to the synthetic hair, it can heat up a bit, so you just want to be a little bit careful. But it has been a long night, so I'm actually going to wrap these up and continue this later. But this is what the hair is looking like so far, just with the dreadlocks alone without wrapping it. After a few days, I'm back to wrap my locks, and to do that, I'm going to be using the same expressions line, and I just have some pre-stretched hair by them, and I'm just going to unravel that. And once I do that, I'm going to take just one piece or one strand of the hair, and I'm going to split it in half. Just ensure that as I'm wrapping, the hair isn't too thick. As you guys can see, I left one piece of hair outside of the dreadlock just to demonstrate to you guys how you could go about wrapping the hair if you chose to leave the hair outside of the dreadlock, unlike crochet it in like I did at the beginning. So what you want to do is you want to take that piece of hair that we just split in half, and you're going to take your crochet needle and you're going to pull that hair right through. Once the hair is completely crocheted through, you want to take the hair and wrap it really tight around the roots and wrap it around the dreadlock using light pressure, just to ensure that the pre-stretched hair that we're working with is tight around the dreadlock. What we're going to do here is wrap it around really tightly, starting from the roots and all the way down to the bottom of the dreadlock. You can see I'm taking the hair and I'm making one side significantly longer than the other, and you're going to take the shorter side and you're just going to place it on top of your natural hair. So you're going to place the natural hair on top of the dreadlock and then place the pre-stretched hair on top of your natural hair, just to conceal it as best as you can. And then you're going to take the longer piece of the pre-stretched hair and then you're just going to wrap it around all of it. When it comes to dreads, don't worry about being too perfect with this, because most dreadlocks aren't a perfect style anyways. They're supposed to be messy, some are supposed to be longer than the other, they're supposed to look distressed. Clamps are also a really good tool to have because it just helps to keep the hair out of the way. What's great about this butterfly lock line that I'm using is that when you're wrapping the hair down, as you can see, or if you'll be able to see, there's a bit of distressing happening without the need of me even having to use my fingers or doing any kind of fancy motion as I go down. So the distressed look will be there with you just wrapping it. So it just makes it a lot easier for you in the end. Now once I've wrapped the hair all the way to the bottom, I tend to wrap it all the way back up to the top, or as far as it goes until it's completed. You don't have to do it all the time. This depends on how thick the hair is in the end for me. So depending on how thick the hair is, I will wrap it all the way back up. And then I'm going to take my crochet needle and I'm going to pierce it through the dreadlock, and I'm just going to pull that hair through. And that usually for me just secures the hair. Alright guys, so when everything's all done, this is what my dreadlocks are looking like. They're really nice, they're really distressed. Let me know what you guys think and if you guys tried it. You could wear this style down, you could wear it on the side, which is what I like too. I also like to wear this, or mainly wear this when I'm going out in a bun style, which I'm going to show you later. When putting the hair in a bun, you want to just take a hair tie and basically finesse as much hair as you possibly can underneath the elastic. The best part about this bun is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It's supposed to be messy, which is what I like.